Hop on, Spyro.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Slavic here, but you can call me M. On the last episode of Spyro the Dragon, we encountered a little issue with the balloon. The balloon was still installing. Not sure how you install a balloon, and it definitely wasn't because I just installed this game like 2 hours before I started recording. That's definitely not the issue. Anyways, on this episode, we're going to the Peacekeepers world. I'm trying a couple new things in terms of how I'm capturing the video and audio. So hopefully there won't be so many sync issues or hiccups in the recording. So we're heading off into the Peacekeepers world, and you're going to see it's a bit of a different homeworld than you might be expecting. The Artisans is a very peaceful. You know, the Gnorcs just run around, they hide from you, they don't have any way of attacking you. The only way you can die is by drowning. It's nice and grassy. And now we're going into the America of Spyro the Dragon worlds. This is the Peacekeepers. Gonna start off with Titan.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Alright, you can already tell there's a very different style to the dragons in this location. The dragons in Peacekeepers are going to be a lot more militaristic. They are going to be using weapons instead of art tools or watermelons like that one guy. And then we have these Gnorcs who are soldiers, and they will attack you. So you don't get to be scot-free in this world anymore. They have cannons even. We'll let them fire it just to see. Yeah, so they'll fire cannons at you. But what's super fun, you can kill them, and then you can take control of their cannons. And you see these rabbits? Let's just show what these cannons are capable of. Okay, well they didn't. Okay, the cannons don't target rabbits, so. One little feature that I always forget to look at, oh, it's gone now. They will fire those cannons back and forth into each other, which is real kinky, and I love it, but no. Oh. It's a neat feature. It's, again, the enemies do fun things, and boy, are you going to see them do some quote-unquote fun things in this overworld. Peacekeepers marks a change, where the game goes from its tutorial level, where it's pretty easy. Toasty can be a bit difficult. If you're not careful with the bowls, they can get you, and you can fall off in that cliff in Town Square. So as you can see, these Gnorcs scare us, yeah, I'm terrified right now. I'm shaking. They hide in their tents. You're like, oh, well, I'll get you. Here's a very famous little... It's a full moon in Gnorcville. So, whoa. That was a weird delay. Anyways, so yeah. These Gnorcs hide in the tents, they moon you. It just shows every single enemy they thought about how to make them, like, fun. It's really appreciated. It makes every level feel special. And a lot of platformers have a lot of interesting enemies, but they tend to recycle them. If you look at a game like Banjo-Kazooie, a lot of the enemy types just get retextured and then used in later worlds. In this one, like, every single level you're looking at tends to have its own enemies. And they all have their own behaviors and their own attacks, and it makes going through the levels really interesting. What that first dragon was telling us is true. Our goal here is to collect gems. What kind of an America world would this be if we weren't? So, let's see what Magnus has to tell us.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
That is an uncomfortably horny dragon. Okay, nothing in that tent. So let's see how many treasure we need to go on. It is far away and very dangerous.
Maybe if you find 1,200 stolen treasure, I'll show it to you.
So we need 1,200 treasure to go to the next world, and we have 10,000, not 10,000, we have 1,067. So feasibly, when we complete this overworld, we could just skip all of the worlds in the Peacekeepers and just go to the next world, which is something I've done before. I'm not going to do it here because I want to show the whole game, because I really like the whole game. But that's just a neat little feature that lets you sequence break or speedrun or whatever you feel like doing. These are a unique type of chest we haven't seen yet. They are like a lockbox because you can't do anything to them, but they don't have a lock. So, how do we get into them? Well, you take our little friendly cannon. You can see there's one on this island in the middle of all this grape juice. Fire it off, and it blows up. Now, I've always called this stuff grape juice. It doesn't look quite so grape juicy in the remake, but I'm still not fully sure what it's intended to be. It might be oil, since this is supposed to be like southwestern United States. It could be tar, or it could just be grape juice. Down here is a little cave. You can see we got a world down here. Oh, yeah, grab that gem. Hey! What? Awesome! This is the power of the PlayStation 4. What is... Alright, anyways. Can't be distracted by the bugs. There's gonna be a lot of bugs later on. That is a problem that this game has, but I think it's worth it. Did we get everything over here? We gotta check to make sure. We have Dry Canyon over in the corner here. Keep going, we've got these rabbit fodder. I'm gonna bash it. Hey, and it had a life in it. Good choice. I'm proud of me. Oh, here we go. So, not only can you break open those chests, but we have this target. And this target is actually a lot less obvious in the remake. I mean, it's still very obvious, but it's less target-like. In the original, it's just a big target on that rock. Oh my god. So, if you fall into liquid in an area where there's no chance of jumping up, you will just die immediately. They're not going to let you jump out and out and out and keep trying to get to land if there is no land. Anyways, so like I was saying, you can hop onto this rock island and then over here, past this one Gnorcville, and we have Night Flight. This is the flight level for the world. It's not nearly as hidden as the one in Artisans, and they become significantly less hidden as time goes on and we go through worlds. I don't know why they made it so hidden in the Artisans. We're gonna go over here, and over here we have a little lake of oil, a little lake of grape juice. We have Gunnar.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
Yeah. Who needs destiny? Okay, this is a little bit of an annoying thief, but the secret is you just glide across the lake and flame him. You're almost never intended to. Where was there a lockbox in this level? Interesting. I don't actually remember there being a lockbox. But yeah, it tends to be easier to flame the thieves rather than running into them. The only problem with that is when you flame, when you flame, you have to come to a stop. You can still walk, but you lose speed, so it's a risk. I say that like it's really dangerous when you're fighting thieves. It's kind of a risk in that you have to lose some speed that you're chasing the thieves with in order to shoot flames at them. And I'm going to remember right now that there are red gems at the beginning of the level, because this is not going to be another Stonehill scenario. Over here, up on this rock, you climb over into this little tunnel. And we have... Oh, okay, here's where the lockbox is. There's just a lot of treasure in this room. Get that, and take the key to unlock the lockbox. And we get the rest of our gems. Other than those two that I said I wasn't going to forget. And then, carefully, we fly back. Peacekeepers, the overworld isn't one that I really find that spectacular. I think it's fine. It does its job, but it's really just a lot of desert. And spoiler alert, almost all the worlds in this level are also desert, as we're going to see as we enter Dry Canyon. So, The Sins is, you know, this sort of whimsical cottage fare. It's, you know, it's comfortable. But, not Dry Canyon. Well, Dry Canyon too. This is just a lot of beige deserts, a lot of sand. It's fine. But it is probably, I would say, the low light. The low point of Spyro the Dragon 1. But even the low point has its redeemable factors, and I really do like it. Dry Canyon is a canyon. It has a lot of vertical platforming, and actually, you can see, almost see, where the level exit is. It is on top of that building. We obviously can't get there. Here's one of these little spinny chests again. Didn't hit anything, but that's fine. These Gnorcs have guns. These are our first ranged enemies as far as I'm remembering. Yeah, they laugh at you, fire a shot, and they have a shield. But like I said, with shielded enemies, frequently you can just flame them anyways because they drop their shield to attack. It's weird. It's fine too, I don't complain. It gives a little variety in how they can be fought. You cannot charge into the bullets, you'll take damage. See if I can prove that right now. Maybe you can't charge into the bullets at all? Alright, so in the original, if you charged straight towards them, they would fire their shot and they would hit you, and then you would take damage and be stopped out of your charge. I guess in the remake, they made it so that if you're charging, it misses you, which I guess is fine. Makes the game a little easier. But it was a little feature I liked about those enemies. We have another thief here. I was trying to see there's more and more thieves in the game. Chase him down. Those cactuses got in my way and I didn't even see them. Yeah, as you can see, it's sort of like a mini game in terms of trading off speed for your ranged attack. I think if you cut enough corners and you're like really good at it, you can charge them all down. You don't have to flame them, but it's a lot of work and there's not really any reward to it. Got more of these fun little gem boxes. Yeah, wait, hold on, how is he firing that? Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to show. If you charge into the bullet, you take damage, which, as it should be. And again, they try to make these enemies as interesting as possible, not only in the fun things they do, but also how they fight.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
You're welcome, Conan. Pretty sure you were like a super old dragon in the original, but that's fine. But yeah, all the enemies have like fun ways that you have to fight them. It's not just throw out your attack and beat them. So you learn that you can charge metal enemies, so then they introduce a metal enemy that if you charge straight towards, you take damage. Here we have these terrifying vultures, or I guess they're probably condors. Got another one of these big guys, he swings the condor, it's fun. They're not very threatening. Honestly, I think that the big guys in Dark Hollow are worse because they attack multiple times with the triple slam maneuver. These guys just swing their vulture around and then hit you. It's fine. Over here we have Boris.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
As we see that leather daddy dragon, I do have one other probably controversial complaint about Spyro the Dragon Reignited, and that's Tom Kenny is a very talented actor, and he does a really great job as Spyro in Spyro 2 and 3. In Spyro 1, it was a different voice actor, I can't remember his name, but he had a different delivery than Tom Kenny does, and Kenny doesn't really deliver things the same. Like, Spyro tends to be very happy and chill in this Reignited, and he had a lot more, like, trepidations and unease. It's not quite the right way to say it, but, like, in the original there, he says, I was born to glide. Oh. I exaggerated a little for emphasis, but it wasn't like, I was born to glide. It's a little complaint that I don't think anyone else really cares for. Because, I mean, Tom Kenny's voice is great. He is a very talented voice actor. As you can see, we've flown over here, and we don't have sparks. Shoot. We have these 3 gems, and this is one of those leaps of faith. And the only thing telling you about that is those 3 gems. So, what we have to do is fly around that bend, and unless you're really good at having a mental map, or, actually, let's turn the map on and see how that does. No, I don't think the map would have helped you with that jump. I'm going to keep the map. Oh, there's a key over here. And then this is Maximus.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Chef's kiss. Like, even the kind of boring world where it's just dragons that are into war, they still do a good job at characterizing them. Their different weapons, their mannerisms. This was clearly the least rushed out of the 3 Reignited games, and I really do appreciate it. As we continue into later games, you'll start to see it's different, but also in the later games in the original series, enemies and characters had more unique designs and mannerisms, so it wasn't as necessary. In this game, all of the dragons had the same sort of polygonal Muppet look as I've described it. Over here, we've got a big side area. Dry Canyon is the first level in the game that really shows how big these levels can be. Is that it? Okay, I thought a vulture was like on me. I'm gonna grab this one here. You can charge the vultures too. You don't have to flame them. But when they're so close to one of these big guys, it might behoove you to... I still don't have sparks. Where's all the fodder? It might behoove you to flame them instead, just for crowd control purposes. You don't want to get hit when you don't have sparks. I don't know how that flame hit, but I will not complain. Alright, I want to clear those enemies out before talking to this dragon so that they don't respawn. Because yeah, if you kill enemies after rescuing a dragon, they will return, but if you kill them before, they'll stay dead. When you die, I mean.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
The old dragons are always really entertaining, and Spyro's very hasty, impatient, childlike nature. It's just sort of missing. That's the only thing that's missing, is Spyro isn't as much of a child in this game, which sounds really weird, and I don't like how I phrase that, but hopefully you understand what I mean. And really, I'm not seeing any rabbits around here, so we're living dangerously. We're about to see a new type of chest. It's a fun one. These are fireworks. As you can tell, it's just a box of fireworks. Do not ram into these. If you ram into them, you will take a hit because they will explode. Instead, you flame them back up, and they explode. And you get a bunch of gems. There aren't nearly as many different kinds of chests in the later games, which is a shame, because I really do... Oh, here we go. It adds a lot. Not necessarily in terms of meaningful gameplay, but it just adds a lot when it comes to... like, the world. Here we go. See if I can show you what these can do finally. No? Alright, hold on. I will, by the end of this Let's Play, show that you can kill things with those. I'm not just lying. We can grab this money up here. Yeah, it's useful to go the way I did because you're going to want to grab the key before you go over to the side area because then you have to trek back and do all this. And that's just a hassle, and nobody wants a hassle. Ooh, thought I came back up here because I missed a gem. Sparks' ability to collect gems is very underrated because it saves you a lot of time, and if you grow to take it... Whoa, 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 whoa! I've never seen that vulture come up here. If you take it for granted, you will find, and purple R25, like I said, you'll find that you miss more gems because you're not actively looking and making sure you pick up every single gem. As a fun little detail that I've noticed and forgot about because I'm right now looking at my controller, when you don't have sparks, or when sparks is different colors, the PlayStation controller light changes color. I don't know if that's true for any other controllers because I haven't played Xbox One, and actually Switch doesn't have a light on it, so it wouldn't do that there, and the PC wouldn't make sense for it to do that. So, on the PlayStation alone, oh lord, on the PlayStation alone, it changes color to match Sparks' color, and if he's gone, it's bright red. It's kind of spooky if you don't realize it's happening, but I like it. It's a good touch. And I just fell there like a complete dumbass. So let's climb back up. Surprised I didn't die. I probably passed like 8 rabbits while I was busy talking about controllers for no reason, but if you look at the guidebook, we only have 8 more gems to get, and I am pretty sure when we pass through here... Oh, they're over here. Mobby. Pass over here. Oh, I'm gonna grab some fodder real quick. So if you don't have sparks and you get fodder, you just approach a butterfly and it becomes sparks, like magic. Which I won't complain about. I say I'm not going to complain about a lot of things in this game, and yet I do a lot of complaining. kind of hypocritical if you ask me. So now you've seen twice now the issue that I have with the press triangle to jump or drop out of a jump is it can be very tricky to line up perfectly, and sometimes you still keep momentum. So I'm going to try and do it with the pull back to flap your wings, which I don't think the game ever tells you about, but I'm telling you about it. Yeah. Precision. Calculated. That gives us 5 gems. Oh boy. So I'm gonna blame Sparks dying for me not having these gems. Alright. It's always 3 gems, isn't it? It's always 3. Alright. I will see you when I find those gems. Aha! Alright. Up there is where we're gonna find those gems. I forgot about that area. Thankfully, not a lot of tall green grass in this world, so you don't have to worry about missing gems in plain sight. I'm gonna fly over here and see one of my friends, the Freakazoid. How's it going, dude? And then they just are gone. Like, I always thought it was the dragon statue, then it was like, hi, we're an extra life and we have eyes. And you know what? I've never really paid attention to this tunnel in the remake. It's quite nice. It really makes the dry desert mountains feel magical if you know that they've got these beautiful gemstone cave interiors, even if they're, well, stone on the outside. And it feels like a nice prelude to the first level in Spyro 2, which I really like that level. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. Alright, now we have all the gems, we have all the dragons, we are good to, oh wait. So here's the return portal. I actually said like a few episodes ago that I was going to show what happens when you exit the level. So I might as well do that now. Just hit exit, and it'll take you home to the Peacekeepers. The adventure continues. So as you can see, we have more than enough treasure now if we wanted to go to Magic Crafters, the third world in the game. But I don't want to do that. That would be cheating. And plus, you can only do that so far, and then eventually you'll get caught up and be like, alright, now I have to go back to old levels, and I have to start collecting things, because I messed up. But, if you get stuck on one part, it doesn't force you to stick with it. The second level in this series, the second level of Peacekeepers is Cliff Town, but I am actually going to call the game here today. So, next time on Spyro the Dragon, we're going into Cliff Town. Thank you for watching, and we will see you then. Bye!